Alright, dude. See ya. Alright. Alright. So we will get that scored out for later, and here we go. So we've got a pretty sick match. We've got Nemu and PaiN. So we have G5 as our Protoss up in the top hand corner for PaiN. And in the bottom hand position as our red Zerg from LRM, we have Nemu. Who you guys should all know, G5 and Nemu both having good runs in TLS. Nemu actually still in TLS. G5 I think dropped out last week, but also showed solid games and showed that he still has good form. So we should get a pretty good match here. And of course, Nemu known for his chat in game, at least certainly in TLS. We haven't seen it so far here, but chat and dare I call it BM at times. And we got pylon going up here, so we are going to see, well, no, we don't know for sure if we're going to see Forge FE, but it's quite probable. I could see Forge or Gateway there, create a little 1-hex wall. Tau Cross, generally a pretty easy map to wall in on. And yeah, we'll try to keep this mic up as close as possible so we don't drift away too far. And of course, Nemu's Overlord scouting the correct direction. And we'll see for sure what our building is. I assume it's going to be Forge. This would be pretty late if he was going to be 2-gating. Whereas with the Forge, you can put it down at 11. It's not that big of a deal. And it is indeed a Forge. This I'm going to assume is tight, although it can look kind of open. And I guess the gateway goes directly on top of it to leave a gap here. I was actually thinking there and there, but we'll see how this one works out. It clearly will. I'm just curious to see exactly where the gateway actually sits on top of the Forge. Or it's possible that this is going to be the open gap and the gateway just goes here and this is all tight. That's another way it would work too. So Nemu's Overlord arrives. He's going to see that it's Forge FE. He knows he can go ahead and put down that third hatchery at another base if he wants to. No early threats. We'll see how many links he opts to make. It looks like the most waiting on minerals. Alright, going to make a couple pairs. Probe for G5 arriving to do a little scouting. And he, of course, can go ahead and Nexus first. Oh, actually, wait. Wait, that was not 12 hatch. And he is... Okay, no, he's going to make his 2 cannons now, his probe having arrived. I was going to say... I don't think you can get away with Nexus first against Overpool on this map. And so the lings for Nemu are out. And oh, he is actually sneaking in a third pair, or sorry, a fourth pair. So this could be a little dangerous for G5, as these cannons might be exposed. Like 8 lings, I think, can kill 2 cannons if they can just run and get on them immediately. So we'll see what happens here for Nemu. He also may have made 8 lings hoping that there would just be 1 cannon and he could run by and or kill that cannon, because sometimes when you go, when it's over, go cannon nexus gate and there's just 1 cannon there when 8 lings would arrive, and you can either kill a cannon or try to run by. Where is... Okay, there's the nexus. Okay, gateway's going to go here, and that, I like that too. That makes sense because now the lings have to run a really long route. It's much quicker for them to get in this way. So it really kind of shuts down the run-by potential. And it looks like Nemu is going to head and take 1 ling off for the probe. That's pretty standard. A little surprising he doesn't have his lings out at the front, just to watch for anything coming out. But of course, at the same time, there's not going to be any, like, zealots coming out as the gateway. Obviously not done. G5 taking his gas. Should see a core here in just a sec. Nemu with the hatchery at the third base. No sign of gas yet. Oh, I think he just got the probe. Oh, no, he just got a lot of hits on the probe. Oh, almost dies. But G5 still scouting, still seeing that there is no gas. So this is a little bit slower gas timing than we normally see for Zerg. It's pretty common now to take it, the gas right before your third base so that you can have that layer time and spire timing be just that much faster. Gateway finishing Cybercore, probably in the main. Got lots of minerals saved up. Where's the Cybercore? We're going to make it in the natural? What are we saving up for? G5 at 400 minerals. Oh, okay. I just saw 200 minerals. There you go. There's our core. I think that was later than it had to be, but with 400 minerals saved up, I wasn't really sure why. Possibly just focused on keeping the probe alive, which appears to be dead now. Don't see it on the map anywhere. And actually, Nemu is still not taking his gas. He's taking a page here out of Justin's book, and it looks like is doing 5 hatch no gas. So we will most likely see a lot of Hydras start to come out, as that's really the only practical way to deal with Corsairs. And there we go. First gas for Nemu, second gas. Not third base yet. Already at 27 for drones. Well, a little bit less because we got a few lings out, but starting to get up some saturation. And the Stargate here for G5 just started. And let's see, Hydroden anywhere? Not so far. I'm curious to see how this timing will work out from the Stargate. He's still got a good bit of time though. The Stargate only halfway done so far and still has to go ahead and produce the Corsair. He may end up just making an evolution chamber or something, because this seems awfully late now for to start getting out Hydras to deal with the Corsairs. This Stargate is very nearly finished, but the drones from Nemu is going to be really nice. Alright, there we go. There's a Hydroden, and we've got a creep colony in front that's almost certainly going to be a spore. That would be very, very, very strange sunken placement that will allow for absolutely no SimCity. And G5 does manage to slip in the probe, so he will have a full idea. Let's see the, well, actually, I don't know if the probe was there to see the lair had just started, but he will certainly see the... Oh, it actually is a sunken colony. All right. I don't know why... I don't know. I don't know well enough on Talcross. I don't know why the Hydroden wouldn't be here and the creep colony's here. I don't really know why there's the front sunken, but either way, the probe does die to that. And now let's go back and get a look at what G5 is going to be doing here. He's adding on 2 gateways, going up to 3 gateways, and he's getting his archives as well. Going to kill off this Overlord here close to his base first, it looks like. As his probe has gotten in the base, he doesn't need to go immediately to the base and scout. He does have the luxury of killing off those Overlords. And yeah, no other upgrades yet, so... Oh, he's getting his +1 now. And the archives is finished. Are we going to make Templar? Okay, we're going to make 2 DTs. And of course, Nemu's starting to get out some Hydras. Has almost 1 drone per patch at these bases, or at his third base, and a little bit better than that in his main and natural. And it looks like it's only going to be 1 Corsair from G5, who needs to be a little careful. You're running over the Hydras. This is going to take a few hits, and that actually is going to be a little bit of life damage on that Corsair. And Nemu is going to be moving out pretty soon here. G5 may need to add more cannons, although he does have DTs out. There's not going to be Overlord speed anytime soon, though, so that DT is going to keep him pretty safe from the Hydras killing him. Although with just 1 DT, if he sent... Oh, he's not going to send all of them because he does need to protect his Overlords. Oh, and he's trying... Okay, that's the Spylon. And here comes the DT now. We're going to kill off a few of these Lings, and he might not even notice. There we go. Now he notices there's 2 DTs. He's going to have to go back. Overlord speed is still going to be a ways from being done, and there is the... Oh, there's... Wait, he actually made a 3rd DT. All right. And this one's slipping over to the 3rd base, which is largely undefended. There's only 1 Hydra there, so we'll see how quickly Nemu is to notice this and react. And yeah, that's another point worth noting. For whatever reason, Nemu has canceled his lair and changed where he's making it. And this DT right now is going in. There's only 2 Hydras. 1 drone goes down. 2 drone goes down. 3, 4. He's losing his entire 3rd base of drones and not noticing as the Hydra here heading up towards both bases, and he gets every single drone at the natural. He should be able to force a cancel on this 3rd base though, although with the Hydras out, they're going to be extremely annoying without the Overlords, or with the DTs out. Going to be extremely annoying. He's picking off the DTs there. He might save his 3rd base, and this could go bad for Nemu in quite a hurry. He's just going to go up here and try to bust the front though, and the DTs are not in position to stop this. These outs are going to go down fast, but DTs have very, very high damage output and do a lot of damage. Oh, and a good storm go. Actually, no, not that good of a storm. It looks like it only gets about 2 Hydras. And he is going to cut through all these, but at the same time, the cannons are down. If he can get an Overlord up here, these Hydras with constant reinforcements can be extremely dangerous. But he really needs one of these Overlords to make the Exodus, and we'll see if G5 can get more cannons up in time, because his gateway count really not that high yet, and Nemu is going to be able to make a lot of units even with having lost those drones. It becomes kind of a scary situation, although this 3rd base is trying to get up, but he is going to snipe off the cannons on it, and it is going to be totally exposed. G5 is going to have so much area to defend right now from all these Hydras. It's a question of, does he get up enough Zealots in time to deal with the Hydras of Nemu? If he does, he's in fantastic shape. And the Hydras here just going to fight, needing to pull back, but the Overlord has finally arrived. He's going to snipe off the DTs. Yes, he gets one of them down, and we'll see if he continues with the Hydra pressure. No, he's actually going to go ahead and make a lot of drones behind this, realizing that G5 probably is going to end up getting this 3rd base up. And lots of Zealots here. He's continuing to force the cancels on the cannon so he can continue to harass here, but G5 getting too much of an army now, and Nemu is not really going to be able to contest it at this point in time. You can see from G5 he is up to 7 gateways now, including this one down here. Templar count not very high. There appears to be only one with the army, but lots of speed lots, and he does need to keep them active on the field here if he wants to get this third base up. Needs to get those cannons to finish for him. And we do see another sunken colony here out in front going up at this base. Yeah, I wish I understood the sunken placement. I guess this can be choked off, but like over here, this seems awfully far away. I don't even know if it protects the minerals, but he does have some Hydra there. Nice little spinning Hydra there in the back. He's going to be so dizzy when it's time to move out, he'll probably just go to the other side of the map or something. And we see Lurker started. Oh, we got some mutas coming. All right, this could be pretty annoying. A little bit of a pause. Let's hope this doesn't bug the replay. Okay, there's no Corsairs out, and actually no cannons. This could be a bit of a problem. What's the status here? He's got a storm on each of these Hydras, though, so we'll see what happens. And here we go. The first Templar goes not down. Okay, it does go down, and there's just one Archon. He could actually probably pick that if he want. The shuttle is going to die. It loads up the DTs. It needs to drop them because he is absolutely going to shoot this down. Is he going to go for the Archon, though? Oh! Storm going off, but really not that much damage, so there is going to be at least one Archon out. We'll see how the Muta controls from Nemu. An Archon shot goes off, but apparently not on the clumped Muta. Now he's just going to harass the heck out of the mineral line with no cannons here. This is going to be super annoying, losing lots of probes. Probably needs to transfer away at this point. Archon can't even get back there to where the Mutas are harassing, and right now Nemu doing lots of damage. We'll see if G5 pushes out with the Zealots to get the Muta off his back for a second. This Archon just cannot get over there. The probe line is natural, already heavily ransacked. That's got to be at least 10 or 15 kills. We can see Zealots are out here looking for more attempts by Nemu to expand, but if he can continue to do damage with these Mutas, he can get back into this game, despite G5 being on 3 bases to Nemu's own 3. And, oh, this Archon is kind of... Oh, but he sees it. I thought he might have gone for the Archon there. He would have had the cliff, probably could have gotten off a shot. But now a lot of goons coming out for Nemu, for G5, and that is going to chase these Muta out of the base. And at the same time, these Zealots are coming over here, but Nemu is not building his machine. Oh, and he flies over a lot of cannons, taking a little bit of unnecessary damage. I heard 3 or 4 Mutas dying there. The situation might not be going so well for Nemu. We can see G5, in spite of that third base, doesn't have that large of a supply lead, and the saturation for Nemu okay. Looks like he's working on like 1.5 drones at most of his bases. Slowly getting up more, but could use the 4th gas. Would be really nice right about now, as Protoss has secured his 3rd gas. And is starting to get up that scary Zealot Goon army. And there we go. Alright, now Nemu is going to go ahead and try to get his 4th base. We can see he's getting Lurkers, Lings, tons and tons of Lurker Ling, which is actually looks pretty strong against this army. What are the upgrades like? We've got 1-0 on the Zealots. We have 0-0 on the Lings. How close is this carapace to being done? That will change the outcome of these fights quite a bit. Wait, is he getting +1 attack first? Or does he have a second Evo chamber? No, it looks like he is getting +1 attack on his Lings first. A little unusual, as obviously that equal armor to Zealot oh, the probe! Does he see it? Can he get it? He's trying, but I don't think he'll get it. The goons, yeah, will eventually deflect that, and G5 is going to go ahead and go straight for that 4th base. And, oh, I was going to say, is that going to be another hatchery? Be kind of a strange expansion pattern. That starts to get to be quite a lot of real estate to defend. Protoss could be coming over 2 bridges if you took this as your 5th base. Some Zelda music. Oh wait, is the Brood War music not on? Oh, yeah, okay, let's fix that. There we go. That makes a lot more sense. I don't know why we didn't have the music on. But now that we've got that remedied. Zelda music's pretty good though. I could play that too, but you can see Nemu is up there, only 20 supply behind, so not too bad in a supply situation, but still, G5 here, actually he's not started establishing space. It's not a gas base though, so it's just going to be extra mineral income. And we can see, obviously, tons of cannons here. I'm assuming just given the open of the base and the fact they got it pretty quickly, just wants it to be safe. Although once Swarm comes into play, that will be a bit of an issue to defend, especially as open as it is. We can see Ultra Cavern. This is going to be Ultras off of only 3 gas. And now I guess it's worth noting, too, this base for Nemu is only a mineral-only base, so he is still working off just 3 gas to G5's 3 as well. Wait, you don't hear any sound? What? What? Alright, hang on. I'll check and see what's up with that. Why would there not be game sounds? I honestly have no idea because my sound is quite clearly on. I could try to look at it between games. That's really, really odd that there's no sound though. But up here we've got a bunch of Lings running in right now. Not really going to do anything though. It's too small of a raid and the cannons are up. There's goons over there and a Templar there as well. He's actually getting a kill or two, but I don't know if it's really worth it to trade that many Lings for a goon or two. But he's going to keep G5 thinking, a little bit worried. I guess the big issue now for Nemu is going to be securing another base. Really, really would like to see him get this base and then take the back base. Then he would get a lot more gas and be in a better position to deal with this. Oh, and G5's Maynard is a little off-timed. All these probes are going back home. He doesn't catch that, evidently. And I guess G5, yeah, he's just got little groups of army kind of at all his bases here defending right now. He hasn't really gathered for one big push. And if we look, we can see the one. Oh, he's got 1-1. All right, where's the second Evo chamber then? Because I'm seeing 2. I don't know where he put it. Oh, he's got all 3. All right, so he's getting all upgrades. He's got 2 over here at this base, and we've got a massive attack incoming on G5's third base right now. A few of the cannons are going to go down right away. The Templar does throw down a storm. Really doesn't hit that many Lings though, because they're coming in so spread out. The Lurker is brewing, and at the same time, G5 is also going to be attacking Nemu's fourth. I think that G5 is going to save this base without too much trouble, and Nemu's fourth is in a lot of trouble here. That's not that many Lurkers. These Zealots are running in on them, but it's only 1 Lurker left at this point, and not that many units out for Nemu. G5 saves this base easily, and we'll see if he can get over and save his fourth. He needs to. Are there any storms left on this Templar? On this bridge, there is one, and this would be a beautiful place for it, but G5 doesn't seem to know or care. He's not going to throw down the storm, and this army will get cleaned up. Had that Templar thrown down a good storm or two, might have been a different situation. So both players, that storm not doing much, killing only 3 drones. But both players' attacks kind of petering out, not doing anything. We can see the supply for G5 drops to 130. Wait, is it the same for both players? No, never mind. It does not drop to 130. It's 130 for Nemu. And now behind that, it looks like G5 is going to try, or Nemu is going to try to get his 5th base, but the DT doesn't notice the drone though, but it might be on patrol. High probability of that, meaning on the return trip, it will start swiping away at that hatch. Yes, indeed. There's an Overlord there, so as long as he can get units over there in time, which I don't know if he can, this may force a temporary cancel as the DT... Oh, he's got to see it now. He's got to see it. He's got to notice. Imitate all the unit noises. That'd make it so hard to cast. I need to have like 2 voices in once. Alright, now is the DT actually going to come back and attack this hat? He has to see this. Alright, I'm going to have to check vision here in a sec, but the DT has to see this. We can see this Overlord just getting killed off, but it didn't have anything in it. And G5 as well, loading up a shuttle here. And actually, I assume he didn't. There might have been a drop already because this is totally evacuated. And we can see, yeah, it did kill the Ultralisk Cavern off in the main. And now that DT annoying the hatch, Circling's going to be coming in. We've got a second round of Zealots here being loaded. And at the same time, G5 attacking the front, doing this nicely. This can often distract the Zerg. They won't realize what is happening. And this is a pretty big attack. This appears to be most of G5's force. Nemu is going to clean up that DT without a problem. And it looks like G5 is going to back off here. There aren't defilers out yet, and at the same time, these Zealots actually have not been sent in. G5 quite focused on his battle micro right now. And Good Storm's getting most of the Lings, but there are still a lot more coming in, and Pure Goon is not that good. It's pretty good against Ultras, but it's not that good against the Lings, although he's getting lots of Lings with these Storms, and Nemu is going to need to back off here, although G5 still getting the drop, and at the same time sending out a decent force of army. I like that's going to try to deny both of those bases that Nemu is trying to take behind this attack during this pressure, so G5 seems to be quite on top of what is going on here. And I don't think this army can go to this base, though. There's a lot of Lurkers and Lings set up here. That should live okay. Is there an obs even with this squad? And now he's going to get flanked by Lings from both sides here. And this army is going to get eaten for G5. And suddenly Nemu is looking quite okay as these attacks aren't working out for G5. Although they probably had okay cost efficiency. And finally doing something with this drop here. Would have been much better if he did earlier. He's going to try to get the pull. Will he get it? Oh no, the Zealots are not target firing. He could have probably gotten it, but he will not. And we can see the upgrades from G5 are actually still slightly better. Well, attack-wise, but the armor not that good for G5, and it won't be too long before Nemu is at 3-3, and he has established this 5th base. Actually is going to get the pull. Nemu not sending enough stuff back to defend, so he does get the pull. That is annoying for a player going Ultra Ling. When you lose your ability to make Lings, we'll see if he starts throwing it down here soon at another base. So far, no. But obviously the main having taken pretty significant damage. He's killed actually the Ultra's Cavern and the pull, and I'm not sure if either have... Okay, the Ultra's Cavern has been rebuilt. The pool, has it been rebuilt or not? Where is he? Is he going to rebuild, or are we just going to switch into Hydras? He's making a lot of Hydras at this point. He's got to rebuild the pool at some point, right? I mean, Cracklings are pretty good. Pretty good unit. There, is that it? Is that it? No, it's a Spore Colony. We got a 3 DT drop, and G5 just continuing to assault the main. Overlord should be arriving here at any point. I don't know if it's worth it, though, to assault the main at this point. There's nothing being rebuilt here, and those DTs are going to die almost instantly. Taken care of, no problem. And still, I'm looking for this pool everywhere, and I can't find it. I guess we're not going to remake the pool. And also, a little surprising that Nemu hasn't gone to take this back base. Supply is now getting quite equal. And Nemu definitely getting himself back in this game. G5 is only on 3 gases now. Nemu is on 4. And whoa! G5 being cute here up top with a little bit of a goon drop. Some lurkers being burrowed. And that is going to be annoying because that can actually deny the gas. I say he was on 4, but he actually hasn't taken this yet, which is also a bit surprising as gas is quite nice, especially for a Zerg player. And whoa, late game Corsair transition here. Flying over the Spore, it's going to be trying to kill this one Muta off, and that's going to make it kind of annoying to try to defend those goons up on top. And oh my god, holy mother of DTs. He's trying to go for this, but he can't seem to get a surround on the Spore Colony. And he does get it. Alright, so now the Overlords are gone, and these DTs have free reign. I thought the Overlord was gone, but yeah, that attack was actually repulsed pretty easy. Trading 8 DTs for a Spore Colony and 6 Lings is not the best of trades by any means. I like the idea, but the execution didn't happen. You know what he wanted to do was kill off... Oh, there's actually a second Spore. That's why it was still getting shot at, is there's a second Spore up there. But yeah, you know what he wanted to do is snipe off the Overlords and then kill the hatch with the mass DT. But that didn't work out and ends up being quite a bit of wasted gas. And now we'll see if G5 can keep his Corsairs together. And yeah, G5 definitely doesn't have tons of gas right now, but he's still mining. Well, actually, no, he's probably not mining. This geyser is depleted, and this one is very nearly depleted. Probably getting to a similar situation, though, for Nemu, although Nemu is not mining from this base. So Nemu is actually going to be having gas a lot longer, and holy, here we go, round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DTs making their way across the map, and oh, we're going to have a pincher attack on this base from 2 sides with the shuttle loading in a bunch of zealots, and Nemu is not prepared for this. There are not enough units for here, especially if there's 1 obs, and we can see they've actually killed off the Sunken Colony. The Corsairs come in too. This is going to be entirely undefended. Wait, where'd the zealots go? They are all the way down. I don't know what they're doing down there. But here come the Corsairs going in round 2. One of the Spores has been rebuilt, and he will back off for the moment. He just have an obs. Oh my god, that is so many DTs. What on earth? Overlords coming up though. If they get stranded here, if they get cut off, there are a lot of Protoss units. G5, the tactics are interesting, but that is a huge stream of red. And oh my god, the DTs! The DTs are running into the Hydra. There's no storms here with this army though, because it's all DTs, and I am a little worried for G5 at this point. I don't really see this as a very strong max army composition. I mean, as a tactical idea, it's not bad, but to be fighting this much Zerg from Nemu, this is not going to work at all. The DTs are going to get absolutely obliterated. And the Corsairs probably will too, as they're over Hydra. 3, 2, 1. Corsairs are gone. DTs are gone. 1 storm goes off. It's not bad, but second storm, those are both pretty good. The Hydra getting through them though quite quickly. Oh my god. The storms are actually quite fantastic, but at this point, everything is dead. The Nexus falls from G5, and G5 now very gassed out. Normally we say mined out, but well, he's actually mined out now too. So, but he does have a large bank, but he is definitely gassed out. He has only the gas from this base left, and Nemu is mining gas on all 3 geysers, assuming he's put drones. There we go. So he's mining gas from all 3 geysers. And what is this? Oh, that's just the zealots over there. All right. I don't have to freak out. And now Nemu is going to take this base. And I hate to say it, but I think Nemu is in quite command of this game. Supplies are still pretty even, but, I mean, what can G5 make? Mass zealots? Doesn't do too well if you add in a few layers some Ultra. Zealots really aren't that great against Ultra without solid Archon support. G5 is going to attempt to take down here. That doesn't solve his gas starvation problems, though. And Nemu pretty much just has to sit right now, and he'll be in a great spot. These Zealots coming in, but too late. It would have been pretty cool if it was a pincher attack, and they're obviously just going to evaporate. They're going to kill one Hydra successfully, and that is it. Sorry, two Hydras. Two Hydras. You can see... wait, oh, he only got one missile attack. He kind of stopped upgrading that. Nemu actually not going to establish a hatch here. He just killed off the Nexus for G5. And we've got another drop here. He's going to take out the main hatchery, so that is going to hurt the gas a little bit. Hydras arriving too slow. Lots of shuttle harass here from G5. Needs to get out. One of the shuttles will go... Not... They're still slow? They're still slow shuttles? He could kill them! He could scourge them. He could do whatever. And oh my god. That is a lot of units moving over. A lot of Lings obviously going to force the cancel on this base. Well, I assume so. It depends on how many storms there are. They are decent ones. And actually a lot of goons here, but he can just right-click the Nexus at this point if he wants to. It looks like he might just fight the army. We can see the Nexus has warped in. He is not right-clicking. He's just going to continue to fight the army. Not a very efficient engagement arc here for Nemu, and G5 might actually hold this off because it's just not good enough. The Zealot's got like a perfect line. Link's not attacking well at all, and the Storm's pretty good, but I think eventually the attrition from Nemu is going to wear this down. We can see units are heading everywhere, and oh, Templar possibly getting cut off. If Nemu has the multitask and pays attention, he can snipe these down, but it looks like he's not paying attention to that. And he is going to hold on to this Nexus, but whoa, is this a drop? Is this a drop? No, it's not a drop. He's just pulling back. So Nemu getting a little sloppy here, but he might be at that point where it doesn't even matter, and you can just sour on units to like all bases, and everything dies. We can see this third base is pretty much cleaned up, and really it only matters at this point for the gas, which is actually somewhat important. So it looks like it's going to finally fall, and with that, so will this base down here. No units left, and I think G5 is going to have to tap soon. We can see he's only got 300 minerals. His supply is actually beginning to plummet quite dramatically now. He has almost mined out this base, and Nemu comfortably mining on 2-3 bases, so yeah, nothing really left for G5, and he is going to tap out here soon, I am afraid. And we will watch Nemu as he finishes him off here. I'm pretty surprised, to be honest, that G5 lost from that position. That was one hell of a commanding position. I mean, he got his third base up. Nemu's fourth was slow. There wasn't that much damage, and unfortunately, he seems to have thrown this one away. Was unable to secure more bases beyond his fourth, and he didn't even lose any, but I have to say, I don't know whether to be impressed with Nemu, unimpressed with G5, or a combination of both, because that was a pretty tough situation. And yeah, we're just kind of watching G5 run out of units here. Nemu can just throw endless stuff at him, and he'll get whittled down even if G5 is being cost efficient. Oh, now there's a bunch of lurkers. That's not good. Those obviously shred Zealots quite nicely. Oh, nice split. I mean, G5's still kind of trying, but the obs isn't there on time. Oh, God. So yeah, these Zealots are slowly going to die. We can see a bunch of lurkers being morphed over here. And, I mean, G5 is holding on, but... what do we got over here? We got Zealots running into lurkers. He's going to try to get a few drone kills. He's actually target firing them down, trying to do damage, but they're going to go down so fast. Not really going to accomplish much. We got another shuttle over here with a Templar. I don't think it matters, but we'll watch it anyway, because who doesn't like watching drones get stormed? One storm, does he have a... Whoa. Whoa. Alright, so he kills a few drones, but whatevs. G5 with the late game 12 Zealot poke. Not a ton of units here, but once those lurkers finish and burrow, he'll be just fine. See Zealots continuing to stream out for G5, but he is mined. This is it for G5. This is his last units. Here we go. Burrow the lurkers. Burrow the lurkers. There we go. Burrow the lurkers. More lurker burrow. Okay, two of them don't want to burrow. Okay, now they want to burrow. And Lings coming in from the backside. More lurkers being morphed. Nemu doesn't even care at this point. The rest of this army here fighting Lings. Lings are so efficient. G5 saying, bah. Knowing he's ahead. Yeah, he knows it. He was in great shape. Guess I should have practiced a bit for this. Nemu saying, sorry, too bad macro. GG. Nemu goes up 1-0, or puts LRM up 1-0.